All right, everybody, I'm out here with the Mantis 8, and what I want to do is I want to do like a little 8 mile, um, say like a battery test. I want to see what the voltage is and what happens after about 8 miles, how many bars are gone, and I'm just trying to get a feel for the range of this thing without going out and getting stranded somewhere or running around for 2 hours in the shopping center parking lot up here like I'm gonna go do now. But I'm not gonna go that far. I just want to see what the voltages do after about 8 miles. So I'm starting out at 53.9 or 54 volts, and so we're just gonna cruise it around here for like 8 miles and see what happens. All right, guys. Now listen, I'm not beating it or anything like that. I'm just, like normal riding, I just want to get a feel for the range, because I can't beat it when I'm out on the trail. I have to, I'm supposed to do 15 is the max. People go like 20, so, and I usually go about 20 when I'm out there for a while. So, but you don't want to go more than that, because you don't want to get hurt or get reported by one of those Karens. You don't want one of them Karens getting you. So we're gonna see what this voltage looks like after about 8 miles. I think I got the dual motor mode on, second gear. Oh, this thing climbs these hills like nobody's business, man. I'm telling you. Wow. This thing is so nice. Let me put my trip on. Oh, that's my gear thing. There's my trip. Oh, okay. All right. So at least I can look down there and see how many miles I've done so far. We'll go over some bumps. Let's get out of this parking lot. This parking lot, it's freshly painted with the oil, but they just painted over the over the potholes. Okay, they didn't actually fix anything. They just swept them out, got all the loose shit out of there, and then they just painted over everything. So. It's nice and cool out because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I just want to get out here and get this done before that glare comes up, because that glare, I was doing that Jetson test the other day, and man, oh man, that glare, holy cow. It just started eating right through my filter. I don't know what, it was like fogging it all up and everything. It was pretty bizarre. Now the speedometer on here is really close to the GPS one. So there's not a big discrepancy there like some of these other scooters where it'll show you're doing, you know, 24 or whatever, and the GPS thing says you're doing 19. So I've noticed that on some of those mechanical ones don't seem to be as accurate. There's nobody at the plasma place yet. Almost ran into that curb. Watching the plasma place gonna go smash into a curb like a Dumbo. And see how many tenths of a mile it is just for the flat part of this road right here. I'm going to turn around and go back when I get to the stop sign. Okay, so from right here, I'm at 2.8. Okay. Okay, it says 1, but you know it's ready to go over to the second one. So it's like 0.2 of a mile, pretty damn close for that flat spot right there. So Of course, that's if the mileage thing is accurate on this thing, like it is. Yeah, see, it just flipped over. Okay, so. So it's almost 2/10 for that little stretch right there. But that's according to this mechanical thing. When I get the GPS thing out and read that, then we'll see if these mileages match up. The speedometers are matching up. They're like 1 mile an hour off. Oh crap, did my speedometer die? The battery must have died. Yeah, it did. Because I did the range test yesterday and I forgot to charge it. That's my old iPhone 5. And, you know, the battery's not as strong as it used to be. I never changed it yet. Because, you know, I only use it for that kind of crap. But, yeah, I forgot to charge it. So I'll just have to deal with this one. But it was, you know, when it was running, it was showing it was a mile an hour off. So. Okay, I'm gonna stop up here for a quick break. The first break. So we're in 3 miles. We're 3 miles in. Okay. 3.2. That's about when I stopped yesterday for my first break with the Jetson. Let me try this single motor mode here. Yeah, it's a lot slower. I'd forgotten how much slower it was. So, I mean, it'll get up there, but it takes a while, you know. 15. Now let me see that the economy. What it'll do on economy. 10 miles an hour on economy. Okay, so we're not interested in that. Let's go back to the turbo mode. On one motor. So we'll go on one motor for a while. See how that rolls. Yeah. I mean, it's still doing 15, 16, you know. This is probably what I would use on the trail. Yeah, right here. This is probably what I would use at the trail. Right here, single motor, speed 2. Because this is plenty fast enough for that. And I'm talking about the gravel trail, not the concrete trails. Concrete trails, I would definitely have the dual motor mode going. Yeah, the single motor mode, it'll get up to speed. It just takes longer, you know. No, you're still going to get there. I'm doing 17 right there. So you're going to get 17 out of the single motor. Speed 2. I gotta go check on Ivy. Poor Ivy. His wife passed away and he went in the hospital the same day. So he's real sick. So you ain't gonna be seeing him for a while. He's got a pulmonary embolism, blood clots in his lung. So he wasn't even there for her to pass away. He was in the ICU, and she died at the apartment right after they took him out. I saw him take her out on the stretcher. So it's really a shame. I think that crash that he had on that scooter, I think that had something to do with him being sick, to be honest with you. I don't think his head was on straight. I think he had pneumonia and he was having some oxygen deprivation, probably making him feel real lightheaded. And I think that led to him drifting off the side of the road like that. Because he was real sick that day. That was the last time I was actually with him, was that day. He went to the doctor the next day and then, you know, started getting stuff, you know, treated and all this other crap. Then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. They didn't know at that time, you know, that he had them blood clots in his lung. And then the nurse came and seen him on Friday. And she told him, she goes, "You got to go to the hospital right now." So she called the ambulance, they came and got him. And you know, they can't leave his wife there alone because she's bedridden. So they came and got her. But they took her to the morgue. So I don't know. Alright guys, I'm at 4.9 miles. And there's like almost, the battery's gone. So. No, there's 2 bars left. So battery life. I mean, this is the first extensive ride I've done with this thing, so that's not looking that good. Let me slow down here a minute, check the voltage. I'm down to 50 volts. I think it was 54 when I started. Then, of course, if you tromp on the accelerator, it goes down to 49. Heck, I hope I can make it 8 miles. But I mean, there was only 6 miles on the scooter itself, so I mean, it's charged the battery up a few times. Give it some usage and we'll see what happens after that. I mean, that Go Track seems to be getting better. The more I use it, it seems to be getting better mileage. So first got it the first time we took it out, I got like 7 miles with it. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens. Heck, I might not even make the 8 miles that I wanted to do. And believe me, I'm not beating it. I'm in the single motor mode in speed 2. So it's not like I'm hammering it at all. Okay, I made it 4.8. Let me stop for a little break. If the mileage ain't that great, I'm not getting rid of it. I'll just use it for a beater scooter. If the mileage don't hold up, I have no use for it for the trails. But I mean, it'd be fun to drive around here. You know, go to the store and just drive around with it. So we'll see. I mean, I like the scooter, don't get me wrong. So if the mileage ain't that great, it is what it is. So, but I love the way it rides and the, you know, the power and the brakes and everything. So, we'll see. Oh, I never tried the bell yet. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's not one of them kind you just flick with the spring on there, the super cheap. This is just a little higher end model. So with the battery acting like this, so far showing not that great a range. So if I take it to the trail, it's gonna have to be short trail trips, you know, nothing, no real long trip. Let me put the dual motor on for the hill. They recommend you not go up these hills in the single motor mode. Just so you know, because it goes up, I mean, easy peasy, you know, in the dual motor. Easy as pie. Okay, so it's like real early, but the plasma place is starting to get busy. So they're starting to get cars. That's probably the employees. But it's Sunday morning. Hold on, I'm dying to check out what the what time it is. I've got to be honest with you. So on a Sunday morning at the plasma place, it's 7:30 on Sunday morning, and there's already people there. Probably employees. Wow. That means they probably open at 8. And you have these knuckleheads up here selling their plasma. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so I'm pretty close to my 8 miles here. It says 7 on this thing, but this thing is not as accurate as the GPS. So I'm gonna check the GPS right now real quick and then stop for my last break, and then that'll be it. 7.9, so I've already almost done the 8 miles, so this thing is off big time. So that's a lot, actually, for it to be off. So I've actually already done the 8 miles as of like 20 seconds from now. But we'll drive around for a couple more minutes just to make sure we're over the 8 miles. Okay, so you see the battery life is pretty disappointing, to say the least. And I wasn't even, you know, romping on it hard, you know. Alrighty, here we go. This is the end of the road. It says on here 7.6, but it's a little over 8. But I will say it's very disappointing. Let me go to the voltage is 48.5 after the, see what the, hold on. Okay, after 8.5 miles. Wow. I'm gonna finish that. It's down, it's got 2 bars, and if you hit the throttle, it goes down to 1. So yeah, 8 miles is, yeah, wow, that's not that good. And I actually saw a couple people say they were only getting 10 miles, so that might be. So we'll see. If it is, it's disappointing. You know, you figure for $1,000 you're gonna get at least 20 miles. You know, you gotta figure that. So I guess I'll try it. I'm gonna take it to the trail. And you know, on them trails you got that soft sandstone or limestone, so crushed up limestone. So it's gonna be less mileage. you know, less mileage there. So I have to be real careful when I take it to the trail. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later, man. Have a nice day.